Hello. My informative speech today will be on Jack O'Neill. First, the evolution of sports. Personally, I grew up doing sports all year round, whether that be taekwondo, swimming, water polo, volleyball, or other sports. Constantly through those sports, I saw progressions made and recognized progressions made in the past, whether that be pivotal moments such as cleats in soccer or even new swimwear when it comes to swim. Objective of this presentation. Who is Jack O'Neill and how did he reinvent the sport of surfing through his wetsuits, business, and his ties to community? Who is Jack O'Neill? Jack O'Neill was a businessman, a veteran, inventor, and was frequently known for surfing in the Santa Cruz and San Francisco area. He was known for being the first man to invent the wetsuit, which was a pivotal moment in the surfing history, which allows for surfers to be able to go out in the water for longer, as well as have a better session. First 22 years. According to a Wikipedia article named Jack O'Neill, last updated on September 29, 2021, he was born in Denver, Colorado on March 27, 1923. He then moved to Southern California in his early teen years, where he was exposed to a lot of beach life and oceanside lifestyle and culture that he was never familiar with, being from Colorado. This introduced him to surfing, boogie boarding, and anything ocean related, which he soon fell in love with. After completing his teen years, when he turned 18, he joined the Navy as a pilot, where little information is known about his experience. However, we do know that when he came back, he moved to San Francisco. Bay Area life. So Jack arrived in San Francisco in 1949, where he attended the San Francisco State University and got his bachelor's in liberal arts. He bought a garage on the Great Highway, which was right outside of his favorite boogie boarding spot, which was called Oceanside Beach. This is a very popular place right along the side of the Great Highway, and where he opened a store that was filled with all the surf equipment and gear that surfers would need. This store was a big moment in surfing history in the San Francisco area because it was the first shop opened. What to sell? Well, Jack, coming from the Navy, used the neoprene that he found in diver suits and used it towards staying warm in the ocean. So the Bay Area in the water is around 56 degrees, and hypothermia in water only takes water to be only 70 degrees. So according to an article, San Francisco Gate by Eric Gustafson, last updated on August 7, 2015, he used his Navy experience from the dive suits where he broke them apart and through trial and error stuck them together, made them thinner, made them thicker, used a different adhesive until he found the perfect recipe to make a suit that kept you warm so you can extend those sessions to be longer as well as be more comfortable and be warmer, more comfortable, and be able to paddle faster. This was only achieved through his trial and error process. In 1952, he finally released his first model of a wetsuit that achieved all of the goals that he wanted. Results from his invention. So in San Francisco, the word spread fast that he was releasing these big wetsuits that were a huge deal that everyone wanted to get their hands on. This low supply and high demand made it very popular for people to come to him and him only to get the wetsuits. This created high consumer satisfaction, where he later moved his company down to Santa Cruz, and continued business. He also invented booties and leashes. Booties are made of the same neoprene material and would go on your feet so that surfers wouldn't have to step on rocks and hurt their feet and stub their toes, as well as also keep them warm. The leash, on the other hand, was also new to surfing because people would always just surf and try not to let go of their board. However, with the leash, now you could put a string and tie it around your board so when you fall off your board doesn't wash in and go towards the sand. his legacy left behind. According to a page on the O'Neill's website dedicated to Jack's history and legacy, which is continuously being updated and added to, he passed away on June 2nd, 2017 in Santa Cruz, and is a beachside home front on the cliff. This is a huge part because he's now, even today, we can recognize him by the surf spot right out front of his house called Jack's. His family business is still being ran successfully, and his business expanded to clothing, where you would see a lot of O'Neill on clothing such as pants or shirts, socks, lanyards, anything. It's all marketed now. In 1996, he created a nonprofit organization called O'Neill Sea Odyssey, which provided marine biology fascinated students hands-on experience, and has so far today helped over 100,000. In 2002, he was awarded EY Entrepreneur of the Year and went down in the Hall of Fame as all the other previous winners, which was a very noble and prestigious award. Overall, he impacted millions with his invention. He was a Navy veteran, inventor, and changed surfing culture. He marketed his product well, and he was very loved in the community and recognized as an OG. So overall, Jack O'Neill reinvented the sport as well as created a very important pivotal moment in the history of surfing. Now every time you see a shirt by Jack O'Neill, now you will know the history.